Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo News Daily. I am your host, Jake Randall. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. As always, when we do the Monday edition of Nintendo News, there's a lot of stories because we've got to catch up from the weekend. And today we have updates on Bayonetta 3, new screenshots from Pokemon Unite, a rumor that Ocarina of Time is coming to the Switch, more info on No More Heroes, more info on Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and outrage that Animal Crossing is banning Dream Islands that have any kind of hacks on them. YouTuber Verlicify is going on a rampage, trying to get as many Dream Islands banned as possible in his latest videos. All that news and more coming up, but first, let's get right into that big story. Bayonetta 3, of course, this is one of Nintendo's games, similar to Metroid Prime 4, that has seemingly been in development forever, and fans are getting really frustrated that it hasn't come out yet. It's another one of those games where someone from the development team came on to talk about it, just to provide an update to let everyone know, hey guys, we're still working on it. We'll let you know when we have anything. And that's basically what he said. So literally, this is the direct translation to the question that the creator of the series was asked: how is development in the third game going? Direct translation: it's going fine. Clearly, they're just like frustrated that fans are so impatient. And I can kind of understand that, right? I can totally see both sides. Like, fans are really impatient waiting for this game to come out. Developers are getting really sick of having to tell the fans, hey, we already told you we're working on it. Do we have to do this every few months? And kind of, yeah, they kind of do need to do it every few months, which, you know, for me personally, if a company said, hey, we're working on this at the beginning of the year and we'll let you know, I wouldn't need to get updates every 3 months to confirm that. But I guess it's kind of nice, you know, if people are going to ask and they're going to answer. I'll take it just to get confirmation that it's being worked on. His previous comments came in May when he said the team was still hard at work on the game and it's not being canceled. Adding to this, the producers also asked how much the pandemic is affecting the company. And I have the direct quote for you on that, which is, how much has that impacted our work? I think, honestly, that's something we're going to have to see. We're working from home. We're trying to do what we can to get to the kind of work with this new work style. It's still very early, and I think that how well we're able to adapt is really going to show how we can, you know, not just with this situation, but with any other situation to pop up as a company. It's a challenge for us. In December of last year, he had mentioned that development was going really well and very smoothly. And then towards the end of February, he said it was progressively smoothly. So you kind of see the pattern there where as the pandemic has started, development has gotten a little tougher just in their comments alone from what they're saying about Bayonetta 3. So guys, what do you think about this update? Do you think we're actually going to see this game anytime soon, or if it's still years away? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Next up, let's talk about this Animal Crossing controversy that's going out right now. As we reported last week, update 1.4.0 went into effect, and players now have the ability to share their island in the Dream Suite. However, tons of players started receiving this email that you're seeing on screen now within seconds of opening up their Dream Island. And basically, Animal Crossing's New Horizons does a self-check where if there's anything in the game that goes against what the natural coding is supposed to be, i.e. stars on trees when that's not supposed to be a natural code occurring in the game, or any other items that's not naturally occurring on trees, the game will automatically report you. So a lot of people were thinking that people were being spiteful and reporting others' islands. Chances are, if you get an email like this and get a warning and then ultimately possibly a permanent ban from doing this, it's probably not that you're being reported. It's probably just that when you go to upload your Dream Island code, the self-check is catching you. However, there is a YouTuber, Verlicify, who is visiting as many Dream Islands as possible. And if he is seeing anything that he deems to be a hack, he is reporting it to Nintendo. Now, guys, don't let that upset you. It's just clickbait. It's just for views, and it's clearly working. It might have even gotten you curious enough to go look it up right now because I'm talking about it. Verlicify, that's his style of content. He goes to incite emotional reactions, and I guess you would say drama. He likes to call out hackers. He's been doing it in the Pokemon community for years. It's just kind of his thing. It doesn't bother me any. I mean, you know, he's kind of like the Keemstar, I guess, of Pokemon. If he heard me say that, he'd probably get really upset and say all this stuff about how that's not true. But that's his content. So I totally get it. So a lot of players, when they receive this email, it's initially a warning that says if you upload your Dream Island again and there's this issue that happens again, we're just going to remove this feature from your game. However, if you do get banned from doing Dream Islands, you won't actually get banned from your game. You can still use it. However, it says in the email that they might restrict other facets of your online play. So I'd be really, really careful with this. If you have received items from other people and you don't have a hack switch yourself, you're still going to get the same exact treatment. So unlike Pokemon, where there's hacked Pokemon left and right, no one really knows what's legit and what's not. In Animal Crossing, it's pretty clear cut if something is hacked because it just straight up can't be in the game, whereas hacked Pokemon technically could be legal. However, I really feel bad for the players who receive hacked items like those star trees and legitimately don't know that they're hacked and then have this happen to them, because it will. You don't have to have a hack switch to get this banned. If you have any hacked items whatsoever in your Animal Crossing game, whether you know it or not, and you go to make a Dream Island and that self-check prompts, doesn't even matter if no one reports you, that self-check will get you this email sent to you and potentially lose you access to online play. Now, a lot of people are extremely upset about this, and I totally understand. It's a single-player game. You should be able to just play the game how you want to play the game, and especially if you get hacked items and you don't know that they're hacked, it's kind of crazy. But I guess you just have to be really, really careful these days. If you want to use that feature, just make sure everything in your game is legit. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this whole situation in the comments below. I'm going to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. Square Enix has gotten a lot of criticism because people recently found out that you're not going to be able to play this game with local couch co-op, which is how the original game was meant to be played. It was a 4-player RPG where you all sit down side by side and play through this RPG together. And now with the remaster, there's only going to be online play. And they sat down and explained a little bit about this. And I have to say, I was initially upset about this, but I thought about it for like more than 5 seconds. You know, I went past that knee-jerk reaction. And this makes sense. This is absolutely the way they have to do it. And I'll tell you why. Basically, what they said in the interview was the game didn't mesh well with local play that would restrict it to one platform. And implementing a cross-platform feature with local play might have been a challenge. And what they're saying is, first of all, to be able to play this game, even back in the day, everyone needs their own screen. So it's not like you can play on one Switch multiple local play. You would have to have multiple switches. And if you're going to have multiple switches, why not just have it online? They all are able to connect to Wi-Fi anyways. But here's the thing. Maybe 2 of you have a Switch and 2 of you have mobile phones. Well, if it was local play, you could only do the 2 on the Switch could play together or the 2 on the phone because they can't do the cross-platform local. But with the Wi-Fi, all 4 of you, the 2 phone users and the 2 Switch users, or even 2 phone users, a Switch user, and a PS4 user, could all do it the same. So you could be playing on the PS4 on your TV, 2 people could be playing on their Switches, and 1 person could be playing on their phone, and you can all work using Wi-Fi. So since everyone has to have their own screen for this game, even back in the day, everyone had to have their own Game Boy Advance hooked up to the GameCube and then playing it on the TV, so everyone had their own screens. Since you all have to have your own screens anyways, what difference does it make? In my opinion, the Wi-Fi makes it easier to be able to actually play local and play cross-platform. The only people I feel like this affects are people that wanted to do a local co-op adventure like on their PS4 or on their dock Switch, but you couldn't do that anyway because everyone needs to have their own screen. So the only way you could do that is if you had 4 TVs and 4 PS4s or 4 TVs and 4 docked Switches. It's not going to work. So the fact that this doesn't have local co-op play doesn't mean you can't play this game in local co-op. You just have to have Wi-Fi enabled, and then it's going to work. So for me, this actually, when you think about it, makes complete sense, and I don't think people should be upset about this at all. But just think about it. How else is it going to work? But you guys, let me know what you think about this. If you think there's a better way they could have done it where there is local play, but yet everyone, I mean, it seems like it was just too much work. Everyone has to have their own screen anyways. Just use the Wi-Fi. Next up, we have some new screenshots leaked of Pokemon Unite. These are actually Chinese screenshots, and you're going to be seeing them next to me on the screen while I report this story. Besides the initial reveal trailer, which was a little controversial, we haven't gotten really too much new video or screenshots of Pokemon Unite. It's hard to tell whether these are the Switch version or the mobile version, but obviously the language is all Chinese, so I can't speak Chinese, so you're going to have to tell me if anyone speaks Chinese, what any of this text says. We've got like a basic picture of your character. It looks like there's going to be multiple clothing options just for your character. We've got another shot showing the actual menu before the game starts with 5 Pokemon against 5 Pokemon. Remember, the Pokemon you choose in this game absolutely do not matter because there are no type matchups or type advantages in this game. Then we've got another screenshot of a player with a Charizard next to them, and then 2 more screenshots of not really any gameplay, just looks like more of the menus and maybe the trophy screen after you win a match. It looks very Pokemon Go to me, and as addicting as Pokemon Go can be, there's no depth to it. And that's gonna probably be my issue with this game. However, I'm absolutely gonna try it. It's a Pokemon game. I wanna try to be positive if it comes out. If it's really fun, great. But normally people that like Pokemon like single player, like story, so this kind of a genre doesn't make sense for most of the fan base. However, I know there's some people that are extremely excited for that. If you are excited for it, you should be, and I hope you really like it. Next up, last couple of stories here. First up, looks like No More Heroes has actually been given a rating for the Nintendo Switch by the Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee. And you see the screenshot of that now, confirming it, just in case it gets taken away because they didn't want to leak this. I don't know. But there you're seeing it. Now, what does this mean? Well, when a rating comes out, it typically happens right before there is more information or an announcement revealed on a game. So this rating could be an indication that we might see an official announcement related to the game soon. The creator of the game has said that he wanted to port No More Heroes 1 and 2 to the Switch. So now that No More Heroes 1 has a rating for the Switch, this isn't No More Heroes 3. This is the first game. It's very possible we could get a 1 and 2 collection before No More Heroes 3 comes out, or sometimes they'll just do an eShop release for like $20 each, $19.99 for 1 and 2. I would love to see this game get a physical release as a collection with no download code, everything on the cartridge. But still, these are games that we don't have on any other platform except for the Nintendo Wii. So to get HD remasters of No More Heroes 1 and 2 would be pretty awesome. Let me know if you're excited for that, to see No More Heroes potentially coming to the Nintendo Switch. And then last story of the day, this is a rumor, but it's making its ways around the internet right now. That is that The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, may be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, we all know there's a certain Nintendo series featuring a plumber in a red hat that's supposed to be having all these remasters coming to Nintendo Switch. We've been waiting almost a year for that now. It's been that long. It's been like 9 months waiting for those Mario remasters. Haven't seen them. So for Ocarina of Time to just start getting rumored and then come out before the Mario remasters, I don't know about that. But with Breath of the Wild being delayed, it looks like Breath of the Wild 2 is not going to be coming out in 2020. I guess that would make sense in a way if they had this remaster ready to go, to just be like, okay, Breath of the Wild 2 is not ready. Let's give them Ocarina of Time to have a holiday game with the Zelda fix that will sell. I still think we're going to get the Mario remasters, but this Zelda Ocarina of Time port is something that's very possible as well. The reason this rumor is getting started is that Nintendo filed a new trademark for Zelda Ocarina of Time. However, here's the thing. Companies do that all the time. And yeah, sometimes it means they're working on a new IP or porting something old over, but most of the time it's just to retain all their rights on that property. And obviously Zelda Ocarina of Time is a pretty big deal, so they want to make sure they retain all the rights on that, all the trademarks. So it's probably, in my opinion, just a standard Nintendo thing, and I don't think that a remaster is coming unless we get more news or more evidence. However, it's something really exciting to think about that game coming to the Switch, and I wouldn't hate it. Definitely wouldn't hate it. Well, guys, that wraps it up for the Monday, August 3rd edition of Nintendo News Daily. We had a lot of exciting stuff to report today. Let me know in the comments what your favorite was, and I will see you later in this week with my live streams, and of course, tomorrow morning with another episode of Nintendo News Daily. Don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing to stay up to date on all the latest news. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.